Okay, Oscar fans, we are still a few weeks away from the big night, but Pete Hammond of Deadline Hollywood, Tom O'Neill of GoldDerby, we think we've got a pretty good feel of this race. Pete, let's tackle the acting races. Early on, Christian Bale was out front. At one point, Bradley Cooper was out front. Now Rami Malek has 11 of the 19 experts at GoldDerby, of the 20, and then Christian Bale and Bradley divide the others. What do you say?
Oh my gosh, I'm surprised that there's division among the others. I think this is a slam dunk for Rami Malek.
He won SAG, he won the Globe.
I thought even
Bale
before he
the
won
Globe
SAG, he was winning this. Based on the feeling I get in the town from people I talk to, he has been everywhere.
Yeah.
It's the Eddie Redmayne campaign. He's become so likable. People like him.
He's doing selfies with everyone.
He is. I watched him the other day. He's very sincere. He is a sincere guy, and this is a great hometown story. He's from Sherman Oaks. I'm looking out at the freeway over here, and he's right over there. They love performances based on people that they already know, real life people, and he really nailed it here. Very difficult shoot. They're going to give credit for the fact that they got this movie made, considering all the problems with the director, and how he's handled the campaign has been absolutely a textbook example of how to run this. Christian Bale, on the other hand, hasn't been out there as much as him at all. And this happened, I believe, with Michael Keaton versus Eddie Redmayne that year when Keaton was with Birdman, the big movie that was winning everything. Sure. And Eddie, though, had started 6 months earlier. I mean, inviting
he ran the best ground
dinner,
game and
doing everything.
But why doesn't the controversy against Bohemian Rhapsody affect the actors? Joy Sang, our senior editor at GoldDerby, has her theory, and I like this a lot, where she says that the actors are bulletproof. When you have these kind of controversies, it's okay. Right. They don't blame Rami for the movie. They don't blame Mahershala Ali for the Green Book stuff. No. Why?
I just don't. There's no reason to blame them. They're doing a performance here. They probably get sympathy for having to put up with all the questions and everything like he has
from us, right?
So and I think he's handled it well every time. He doesn't really get deep into the thing, but he does point out that he had his differences on the set with Singer. And there's a lot more to that kind of aspect of it. But nevertheless, for him as a pure performance, I think he's clean, and I think he's. I bet a lot of money at GoldDerby that this is going to happen.
Well, I am predicting Rami, and I've predicted him for SAG, and I saw this coming, so I'm not disagreeing with you here. But here's my long shot potential here for upset. See if you agree.
Yeah.
Without Bradley Cooper being nominated for director, could his voter strength pop here?
Yeah.
Because it's a three-way race. It's not when you have a two-way race. Usually there's one contender stronger than the other. But when you start splitting your votes that way, and every nominee just needs a smaller share to win, Bradley Cooper could be a surprise.
Well, he could be, and actually he just did an interview with Oprah that I saw excerpted on Good Morning America, where she asked him about being passed over in the directing category, and he suddenly played the sympathy card. He goes like, I just was embarrassed. I was embarrassed by that. And I felt like, what did I do wrong on this movie? And I'm going like, wow, I've never heard that thing. I would go like, I'm thrilled to be honored with 3 Academy Award nominations. He's going a different rate. And it may work. It may be something that engenders sympathy and reminds people that he wasn't nominated for director, and they could pay him off.
And let's explain why he wasn't nominated for director. And that is, if you're an actor turned director, it's really hard to get nominated because there are
now it is
there are about 400 members of that branch. They determine the nominees. These are directors going, their worst nightmare is letting the actor direct. What are they going to? So Ben Affleck had this problem.
Yes, and also it's very international now, especially the director's branch. So I predicted that Paulo Polikovsky was going to get nominated for Cold War there. I mean, it seemed like a slam dunk. The Greek from The Favorite, Yorgos, he was going to get nominated most likely.
I had that. I didn't have the Cold War.
Alfonso obviously was going to get nominated. It's very international, so you're going to knock out some people. It's probably easier to knock out someone like Bradley Cooper time.
Peter Farrelly, punish him for Dumb and Dumber for these brilliant comedies.
But he's done such a brilliant job on this. And we forgot to mention Viggo Mortensen here, who's just so great. In a very strong night for Green Book, that could be your dark
It's
horse.
an interesting idea. You know, he came very close to winning the Golden Globe. My sources there were saying he's going to win. They had predicted the Green Book win, and they said that he would carry
I think
the day
he's
there.
closer than you think in
Right.
this. I saw some incredibly low numbers on a percentage in one of the places of the actor race, and I go like, I don't think it's that low there. I think Rami's going to be separated from the crowd here most likely in the end, but I wouldn't discount Vigo, especially if the night goes very big for Green Book. We'll see.
Right. Now, Glenn Close began in the front position at GoldDerby. She fell way behind, and now out of 19 experts making predictions in this category, all of them are saying Glenn Close. What do we know now that we didn't know then?
Well, one big difference was a Golden Globe speech, and that just shows the power of the Golden Globes. That if you win, and she wasn't expected to win there, everyone thought Lady Gaga.
Gaga seemed like the perfect.
So it was not like she walked in there planning this thing that she was going to do it. It came off as very sincere. It was really good. I was in that room. 3 standing ovations during that speech. At the beginning, in the middle, which is unheard of, and at the end, and it was just amazing. It was just smooth sailing right from there. I think that turned the tide. It shows you the power of his speech there. I think it swung the vote at Critics' Choice.
Pete and I often say that your Golden Globe speech there is your Oscar audition. This is a perfect example.
This was a perfect example. And then I think everyone realized, because I think they've been smart with their campaign, even though they don't have the amount of money that everyone else does.
Sony Pictures Classic.
Yeah, their campaign is emphasized, in subtle ways that she's never won. A lot of people thought she won. And that should she lose this 7th time, she'd be the losingest actress in history, living or dead.
Sure.
And, now...
Right now she's tied with a couple others for that dubious distinction.
But people are looking at that and saying, it's time. It's her time. And I don't think any other actress in this race has a chance.
Don't you think that somewhere in the deep, dark soul of Olivia Colman, she's saying, damn it, we picked the wrong category. Because if Olivia Colman had gone to supporting, she probably would be the front runner.
I argued for that originally, but
I did too.
Fox Searchlight didn't exactly listen to me on that. But I don't know. It's a tough call for them because you have 3 actresses. They're all ensemble-y, and all of that. But she would have been a slam dunk winner in supporting actress, and now we're in a supporting actress category, which is a little mixed up right now. But nevertheless, Olivia Colman probably won't win. It's also she, other than the Golden Globe weekend, has not been here at all campaigning. And
she's shooting
the Crown
in the UK
we'll see
right
her
now.
at the Emmys.
What happened to Lady Gaga? I mean, we all believed, all of us, that there was a path for her to this whole award season.
Yeah.
The voters...
Well, there was when Star is Born started out as like the one to beat and everything. I think...
Did Star is Born just come out too early, do you think?
No, I don't think it was too early. I think it got labeled as a front runner and nobody wants to be. That's the the Dream Girls idea, that
12 Years a Slave was out front from the beginning. The Artist was, American Beauty, sometimes Titanic. You don't have to, it's not always a curse. It may have hurt La La Land, it may have hurt Star is Born.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much a curse for most things. Being the front runner, most people just run from that. label.
I think that's. I'll take front runner status the next time I produce a
Lady
film.
Gaga, look, it's her first nomination. It's her first film, really.
She's not even going to BAFTA because she's going to perform at the Grammys.
Yeah, well, she's got the Grammys. She's in Vegas.
Yeah,
it's a bunch of music stuff. She's going to win Best Song. People know that. So, I don't see it as happening in an actress.
So, I don't know what your prediction is for supporting actress, but I hear you've got a surprise for us, Pete.
I do. Okay. Well, you tell me yours, and we'll see if I've got a surprise.
All people living in this universe say, or 16 of the, I guess we have 19 people making predictions among experts here, say Regina King.
Yeah.
1 says Amy Adams, and 2 say Marina from Roma.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, that's interesting. And Regina King has won all the Critics Awards and the Golden Globe, but no one ever in the history of this category has not been nominated for a SAG Award and a BAFTA Award and gone on to win the Oscar.
Sure, Marcia Gay Harden.
No, she, there's one.
Gotcha.
Marcia Gay Harden did do that without a SAG nomination. But why do you think Regina was not nominated there?
That's because these are committees. These are BAFTA round one is our judge a panel.
Yeah.
SAG nom-com is
Right.
what 20-some.
But they're
people.
usually close.
They're usually close, but
and
who
there's
knows,
very
maybe-
few examples. Marcia Gay Harden being one, and
Christoph Waltz.
And Christoph Waltz in supporting actor. I remember he
Right,
was the
right,
other one,
right.
which was a surprise. But that year, like this year, in supporting actress was quite all over the map in supporting actor when he won.
Who are you saying? Rachel Weisz?
I am.
I like that prediction. Explain.
Rachel Weisz, look, you look at something where there are two nominees from the same movie and you say, well, they're canceling each other out. They have done that so far. Let's see what happens at BAFTA. I'm not so sure that they'll cancel each other out there. I think Rachel Weisz could get a little bit of momentum right when she needs it most there, finally get a win. She's also so nice. You know, she's just so
and
likable.
she really is the lead star of that movie.
And she
so
really
has a lead
is.
role in support.
She's got that phenomenal scene, the dance scene, which she did most of it herself. And
there's a physical transformation. We
yeah,
won't say what it is.
I looked at the field here and I go like, yes, I was disturbed by the SAG, lack of SAG and BAFTA for Regina King. Also, the favorite is the Best Picture nominee if Beale Street, which Regina King is not. Marina is in a Best Picture nominee, but I don't see her winning there. I'd love to see that. I think she's incredible.
You are the one who's historically done a very good job predicting long shot wins,
Yes.
normally in the
In this
supporting race.
category,
So
I
I
know.
thought, because there's usually a connection between Best Picture and an acting award,
Yeah.
if we say Rome, if the experts are
Right.
right there,
Yeah.
then Marina has a bigger chance than we might be thinking.
Yeah, but if the favorite comes in a big way too, then, you know, one of those ladies from that could win an Oscar. It would make sense. And the one that I see is her. Now, let's talk about Amy Adams. She becomes the losingest actress.
She's
if
tied
she
now
was-
with Thelma Ritter
Yeah.
and Deborah Carr as the biggest loser, assuming that Glenn Close wins. Right?
Yes, and so this is passing on the mantle in a dubious fashion.
A mantle no one
But
wants.
I was disturbed by the fact that she didn't win at the Globe, she didn't win at SAG, she didn't win at Critics' Choice.
Somehow that narrative of she's never won has not broken through in a way that
on
has for
this
Glenn
one,
Close.
so I'm starting to believe that is not happening for her this year, and I love Amy Adams. She's just
Yeah, but
great.
here's why you're wrong, and here's why Regina King is going to win, and that is
Okay.
because the pundits are always wrong about Regina King. She's had
I know.
four Emmy nominations.
Yeah.
She's won 3. The only time she lost was when Nicole Kidman won for that HBO miniseries.
Yeah.
And there was no beating her. Regina King was never predicted to win by the experts or the user base of GoldDerby for those 3 out of 4 Emmys,
Right.
and she keeps winning.
And she keeps winning.
Because it's a peer group award, and she's so
I know.
beloved.
Well, the Emmys are voted on differently than the Oscars. They are voted by the actors alone in
Right,
the finals.
that's true. In the
And
finals.
it's a different thing. Here you've got the entire Academy, sound editors, everybody
Right,
voting
but
on
it doesn't
acting.
matter that her movie is not
So they have to see it.
Is not going to win Best Picture.
No, it doesn't.
Christopher
That
Plummer
does
won for Beginners. I mean,
well,
come on,
no,
that
that's
kind of-
there's all reasons
there
for
are
many of
many.
these people. James Coburn, go on and on.
Yeah,
you know,
for
I mean,
Affliction, right.
no, that is not the reason. I just have a hunch here. I'm going off on a little bit of a deep end, as I sometimes do.
That's why we love you, Pete. Is that
Yeah.
you've got the guts of a
I
bold
initially, in the
prognosticator.
morning of the Golden Globes, I put in Bohemian Rhapsody for Best Picture Drama on GoldDerby, and then I go like, you know, I started thinking about it too much, and I go like, you know, everyone here is predicting the same movie, A Star Is Born, and so I'm going to go with that because if I lose, we all lose, and it won't hurt me. And that one long shot win because I doubted myself, but I thought, having talked to them, that it was
we knew from inside the HFA
Yeah,
that they really
that
loved
they
that
really
movie.
loved it, and it went that way. So it's interesting. But there you
Final
go.
category, supporting actor,
Mahershala Ali.
16
Oh,
out
let's
of
not
19.
even go on beyond
Why
that.
not? Why?
Because he's winning everything.
but isn't this is where the controversy is in that category, and his character, whether or not it's historically accurate. That's one strike. I agree with you, by the way, but I'm making the counter argument.
That's not true.
There's Richard E. Grant,
Yeah.
who a lot of us think is going to win at BAFTA, and
I think he could win a BAFTA.
yeah, he's
Oh,
a
yeah.
British.
Plus, he's great.
Of course,
I love that
I
movie.
think there's a chance he can win here at the Oscars.
There is.
And Sam Elliott, we began this Derby season saying, all right, the supporting actor category, this is where the veterans pop through, Christopher Plummer,
totally.
James Coburn.
We could see that.
And that could happen. Right?
I would love to see Sam Elliott win. Wouldn't that be fantastic?
Yeah. And that would follow the voting pattern
guy,
in this category.
and he's been around forever, and this would be a nice bid to Star is Born if they're going to do something besides song. This would be the place to do it, and he knows everybody in the business. Those are the guys that do pull off those surprises, those veterans like that. But I still have to go with Mahershala Ali for that role. People really like that film, and he was so great in it. He did win 2 years ago for Moonlight, but I think this just shows another side of him. I think it's very effective. If you actually listen to the tapes of the real Don Shirley and Tony Lip, you will see it's totally authentic and endorsed. Basically the truth of that, endorsed by Don Shirley in terms of what happened to him in his life. And I think it's a performance of great dignity. And I thought that will pay off too. So I see him winning, but I do buy into your argument about Sam Elliott. I definitely do. And also about Richard E. Grant. It could be the...
I love winking devils, especially in that category. And he's the perfect winking devil.
Yeah, it could be the same situation we had with Bridge of Spies,
Right, with Mark Rylance.
Where everybody thought Stallone was going to win.
Right.
And he hadn't campaigned at all. Richard E. Grant's been everywhere. So, maybe he has an extra
They
advantage.
do like to give you a second Oscar close to the first one, as Christoph Waltz, Diane Wiest, Jason Robards, many people have observed. But we will end here by quoting the great Sally Field, who said, when they like you, they really, really like you, as she held her second Oscar. And that's why I agree with Pete that it's going to be Mahershala Ali, because they really like him and he deserves it.
They do.
Doesn't matter what we think, it matters what you think. Go to Gold Derby, make your predictions, and prove that you're smarter than we are, because a couple of you are, let's be honest.